Welcome to the Sands Expo Center in steamy Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the Cigar Lockdown Unlocked Show with your hosts, Sammy Phillips, Clay Roberts, Bill Paley, and Matt Booth. With an incredible lineup of some of the world's most exciting cigar manufacturers. Now grab your cigars and cocktails and strap in for this wild ride. Without further ado, here's Sammy and Clay.
Well, my friend, the day only gets more interesting.
It does indeed.
By the
Clay.
hour.
By the hour.
By the minute. And by the second. And you only get more handsome.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to keep all this lovely food and alcohol we've been consuming all week inside of me.
Well, we have someone very special today joining us.
We do indeed. Zaya, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's our pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
When you were describing your amazing company, your passion, it's flying out of you.
Oh.
And it's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get into this, Clay,
Yeah.
and find out more about this amazing company.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely.
My voice is a little bit gone, I'm sorry.
All of us.
Because I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, us as well. We
Thank you.
we understand completely. You look fantastic. We've got your portfolio of beautiful cigars in front of us. And as you were talking about El Septimo Geneva, you were talking about the history of the company and some of your other endeavors in life. How did this come about for you?
Of course, as you know, I'm the CEO of Yonan Company. Yonan Company is about an $8 billion organization. We are a private equity firm, and we have investment and own companies in 56 industry.
Wow.
Right? We make from engine turbines to ships to oil rigs in the middle of the ocean, and also some of the tallest building in the world, like we own John Hancock buildings and Chicago and so forth. And how we get diverted and being involved into the cigar industry is, I've been smoking cigar for 34 years. And about 7 years ago, we had a dealing with Saudi Arabia. And after the deal was completed, we had dinner. After the dinner in the Royal Palace, they served us cigars. And when they served us the cigars, they gave each one of us El Septimo. And the first thing I did, I looked at it, I said, whoa, this is a fancy cigar. What is this all about? Never seen it before, knowing the fact I've been smoking cigar for so many years, right? And then after we punched it up and we lit it, somebody knocked me on my back. He said, Mr. Yonan, the king is sitting across the table from you, and for 20 minutes you are blank concentrating on the cigar. I was infatuated with the product. So that's the first introduction to El Septimo.
That's an amazing story.
Well, listen, I was by your booth earlier. I walked by, and first of all, the booth is absolutely phenomenal.
It's designed by our own company in Paris, MPA Creation.
What did I tell you? I said it looks like something from Europe.
Europe, exactly.
And there's a beautiful video screen in there, and it exudes class and reserved beauty.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
we work hard at it. To create something perfect, it takes a lot of work,
Yeah.
right? You have to second guess yourself every step of the way.
Every step.
Well, tell us about the connection with Saudi Arabia, just how the king, correct, wanted these cigars to come to the world. Like you spoke about a bit earlier.
El Septimo is not a new company, nor is a boutique company.
Yeah.
El Septimo was established actually 30 years ago. And our first cigars rolled out into the market 15 years after the inception in 2005. The company was founded by the King of Saudi Arabia.
Amazing.
Because he was a heavy cigar smoker, average of 8 to 9 a day.
Wow.
And over the years, he couldn't anymore smoke Cuban cigars. They were a little bit too strong for him. And as you all know, Cuban cigars used to be the greatest cigars in the world. But over the last 30 years, the process, the manufacturing process, the fermentation process, and the quality's been dropping.
Yes.
So he commissioned some of the best scientists, some of the best cigar aficionados to go and find and cultivate the best cigar in the world. The best cigar where the quality is perfect, where the taste is perfect, and he wanted 30 different blends
God bless.
because he wanted to smoke a different blend every minute of the
Over the
time.
day. That's amazing.
So today we have 40 different blends of cigar, every size, every shape, every length, and each one of them is completely a different blend.
Well, I think we should talk a little about the pack and how this is something new to the pack for the cigar lockdown, and we couldn't be any more excited to have it included. I think the consumer is really going to enjoy trying this.
Well, anything we can do to help, we appreciate it. We understand because of the lockdown, a lot of retailers suffered,
Yes.
and I am glad it's over. And we would like to do anything we could to help the industry, to help the market, and to help people truly enjoy smoking cigar and they can afford it. If you think about it, smoking a cigar is the cheapest indulgence we could treat ourselves in it. And everyone, no matter where they are,
Yeah.
they have to definitely spoil themselves by
Definitely.
smoking, relaxing, and enjoying themselves.
Where do you like to smoke a cigar? If you're by yourself, it's a Saturday, and we know you have all the businesses, you have all the beautiful children. They're all sitting over here like models. We might have them on a special show.
Thank you so much.
Zaya's models.
Thank
But what do
you.
you do when you're by yourself for the day and you're having a cigar?
You know, it's funny. After I brush my teeth in the morning, the first thing I must have is a cigar.
Of
Yes.
course.
The second must thing I have is a coffee.
Yes.
And then shortly after, I smoke average on a regular weekdays, 7 to 8 cigars a day. On the weekends, sometimes I smoke 10 cigars a day.
Fantastic.
And on Saturday, I love to get up in the morning, sit outside, cleanse my soul, cleanse my spirit,
Yes.
relax by smoking a cigar. I usually start 8 o'clock in the morning.
God bless. I love it. Zaya, your passion it's so beautiful. And
Beautiful.
I've got to tell you, the packaging obviously is beautiful. I think that it reflects you. It really reflects you. And when I'm looking at these cigars and trying to understand what's going on here, because there's so much going on here, and having you as a part of the cigar lockdown, what do you want the end consumers to know about El Septimo Geneva? Because what you're saying is really true. Whether somebody is picking up their cigar for the very first time or they're revisiting it, and I know that you've done a lot of business abroad, but in the North American market is a little bit different than the
different.
market in Europe. What do we want these fine folks at home to know about these cigars?
Very much true. El Septimo today is in 40 countries around the world.
Wow.
From Congo, Africa, to Russia, to Czech Republic, to Spain, to Italy, to Saudi Arabia, to Kuwait, in 40 different countries in the world. When we brought this company a year ago, the first thing we did, we went to the FDA approval. After we get our FDA approval, we start introducing this brand 4 months ago into the market. Our first show that we had, we received a lot of comments from consumers. They all want to try luxury product.
Yeah.
Luxury product is for everyone.
Yes.
Everyone have a right to access a luxury product.
Yes.
It takes a lot to build a luxury product because they have to be perfected. In average cigar making, you go anywhere from 10 to 100 iteration of different blend before you select one. We go to 2,000 different blend variation before we pick one.
Amazing.
So the American consumer love our colorful boxes, but they were traditionally used to a wooden all cedar boxes.
Right.
So what we did, we created this beautiful all wooden cedar boxes.
They are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
It is a 100% cedar, Spanish cedar.
Yes.
So essentially, after you finish smoking the cigars, you don't have to throw the box away. You can hold it as a humidor.
Yes.
It could work for many years. The second things we learned in Europe, they like very much a milder cigar,
Yes.
very much like a Cuban cigar. They like very much like Cuban cigar because Cuban cigars are very mild. In U.S., because we have younger age in U.S., average age is 20 years less than the average age of smoking in Europe or in Middle East. They like punchier cigar. They're younger people.
Yeah.
They can handle it. So as soon as they light their cigars, they immediately like to feel, they immediately like to be hypnotized by the cigars. So they like that creamy, sugary side. And then immediately they like to transition. In an average cigar made for Europe, we go to 2 transition. In an average cigar now we make in the United States, we go in 3 separate transition to the length of the cigar.
Yes.
And the second thing we were concerned about was the price. The average El Septimo cigar that we sell in Europe is $100 a stick. And now with our Sacred Art collection that we are introducing in the show, we are introducing a $12 stick cigars to American consumer retail price. And remember, these are El Septimo quality cigars.
Yes.
And later I can tell you what makes them ultra premium. We can get into the science of it.
Where are you currently manufacturing?
The cigars are final manufactured in Costa Rica.
Okay.
For two reasons. High altitude,
Yeah.
which eliminates the disease, so we don't have to fertilize our tobacco. We use no fertilization in our tobacco. But an average tobacco growing, from the time you plant a seed to the time you pick the first leaf, you use 200 application of fertilizer. A second thing is fermentation and drying process. In a drying process, a tobacco needs average of 10 hours of sunlight. And a natural humidity, rainforest humidity.
Yeah.
So Costa Rica, as you know, is tropical, is a high altitude. We actually dry these in a natural environment, not in a room that is got a heater in it, not in the basement, not in the boxes. We lay them all up and we let the Lord and Son dry them up for
I
us.
love it. I love it old school.
I could listen to him all day.
The passion is off the
Passion
charts.
is.
And I tell you something, anybody in the world who can turn on his sense of passion,
Yeah.
they can create a perfect product.
Yeah.
And for us, it's a passion because we love the cigars. We love what cigar does for us. You know, there is a general perception that cigar have high nicotine. A natural cigar does not have a high nicotine,
Yeah.
especially because you're not inhaling it. Now, let me tell you something really funny. If you take an average 20 years old man or a girl, right, who have never smoked a cigar or cigarette in their life, and nobody in their family has ever smoked a cigar or cigarette in their life, do you detect nicotine in their body? No, right?
No.
Because they never smoked a cigar. They never smoked a cigarette.
Right.
And they weren't exposed to secondhand smoke, right?
Right.
What wrong?
I know.
Every human being,
I've been wrong my whole life. Why stop now?
more now, because you'll be surprised with the answer. Every human being that walks on the earth, if you take their blood, you analyze them for nicotine, they have a natural nicotine in the blood. Because we eat tomato, eggplant,
Sure. Oh,
green
wow.
pepper, and they all have nicotine in them. They all have nicotine
Very
in them.
interesting.
There it is.
And so, Zaya, I was talking with your son earlier, and he told me that the minimum age of the tobacco, minimum age, is a minimum of 5 years at every component of every cigar that you're making, correct?
Correct.
And I think that the average age, I could be wrong about this, is about 16 years.
That's correct. Our average cigars have between 3 to 6 fillers. These fillers come from all over the world. We handpick the tobacco. We have over 1,000 acres of plantation, but we use only 6% of our plantation for El Septimo. The rest we bundle them and we sell them to the open market. We don't use them for El Septimo. The rest of the tobacco comes from all over the world. We handpick it from all over the world. So when you put a national tobacco leaves, that they come from different part of the world, different environment together to create a taste, to create a body, to create an aroma, you need longer time for the stabilization of these tobacco to melt each other and
course.
create a uniform taste from beginning to the end.
I mean, listen.
You know, Clay and I talk about this. We talk about this all the time. And again, we had the Fuente family on earlier. We're very good friends with Rocky and Nish Patel. I've been in and around the business 26 years. I know you can't tell from my lovely face.
You look much younger. You look
I-
like a 20-some, seriously.
I got Botox. It works, believe me. You don't need it, but for me, yes. And I love this business. I absolutely love it. I love to talk about the components and the age and the artisan craftsmanship of this. And I think it's very exciting what you guys are doing. And I wasn't familiar with your company when Scott and I had spoken before. And we were very, very excited to have you in the pack.
Absolutely.
And this is, like you had talked about earlier, in support of brick and mortar retailer. When things were really going down during the lockdown, Clay and I created, along with our business partner, Bill Paley, the Cigar Lockdown Show to support brick and mortar. And this was in support of the Premium Cigar Association in tandem with brick and mortar. That's what this is all about. And I think it's so unique that you're you had been selling cigars and this company at such a high altitude, and now somebody can go and pick up one of your beautiful cigars for in the $12 to $13 range.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank both of you for your initiative and for your thoughts. A cigar is a brotherhood, is a family.
Yes.
And I feel for the retailers. These are our brothers and our sisters. And they went to 16 months of terrible period where the store was closed. They generated no revenue and they had significant costs. So I'm happy for El Septimo to sponsor this program. We will help you guys out. We will help our brothers and sister retailers throughout the country. And with regard to El Septimo, it is an ultra premium cigar. And what the meaning of ultra premium cigar is, number one is a seed. These seeds are genetically modified seeds, are the best seeds in the world. Second is the soil. Is the soil. One thing makes Cuban tobacco so good is the soil. The soil they have is full of minerals. That's why you get so much flavor into the cigar. And that's one of the reasons we went to the tropical region like Costa Rica, because entire Costa Rica country, it was volcano, result of the volcano. So the soil is this beautiful red, is full of magnesium, phosphor, fiber. So when the ashes is dark like this, is a deposit of the natural mineral that God created. And most of the taste is created by it.
Hey, Clay,
Well, we're going to have a show just for you. And we have a short amount of time today because we're introducing the brand. And again, I'm very excited that the consumers of the Cigar Lockdown Pack now get to try this beautiful product. And I think they're going to be very excited.
Well, I tell you something, there is a lot of excitement in the market just because we dropped our prices significantly. Now El Septimo's for everyone.
Yes.
It is not a luxury, high brand. It is a luxury because of the quality of the product. It is a high brand because El Septimo is one of the few companies in the world that not only we design more different blend of cigars, but we have our full line of accessories. Our accessories also are very luxury, so I think consumer now can enjoy them and have fun smoking a cigar. It is truly about having a fun and enjoying yourself. You know, Nicotina plant goes back to 7,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, Rome and Greek used to use the leaf for medical purposes.
the Aztecs, the Incas.
Aztec used to use it not only for medical, for spiritually.
Yes.
Sure, absolutely.
Because they feel if they can spiritually clean themselves, they'd be less stressed.
Yeah.
Right? Number one killer in the world,
Yeah.
right? So every time I'm stressed, the first thing I do before screaming is light a cigar, and that prevents me from screaming. So thank God for tobacco.
Yeah.
Thank God for cigars.
My wife says the same thing. Pick up a cigar, calm down.
Oh, she's a smart woman.
She is.
Hold on to her.
She's the one.
Where can the consumers look at your products online?
The consumers can look at online products in elseptimo.com.
Great.
But also, if you go to El Septimo website, we have a list of all of our retailers that they could either drive by him or they could call the retailer.
Perfect.
And they ship it on the same day to them.
Terrific.
I think that one of the common denominators with all of the people that are manufacturing premium products today is passion. And that is something that you do not have a lack of, my friend. Your passion is it's shooting out of
infectious.
you like the sun. It is infectious. And with you being as successful and as accomplished with 54 different companies, this masterful life that you've
Well,
created.
don't forget, Michelangelo's best painting was done halfway. They broke his arm because he didn't want them to complete the painting. And he used his left hand to complete the painting.
That's right.
And what carried him over was a passion through all that pain.
I love
If
it.
you have no passion, you cannot create perfection.
That's right, man.
Because often passion drives us, often passion makes us creative, and always passion makes us second guess ourselves, not to be satisfied with our own blend. And also remember, when we design cigars, I or some one person does not decide on the blend. We collect some of the best sommelier, both on the tobacco side and on the wine side. Collectively agree on what the final brand should be. Because the blend that I like, other people's might not like.
Right.
Because we each have our different requirement. That's the reasons we have 35 different lines, so we have a product for practically everybody.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I mean, Clay, look, at the end of the day, when we talk about a brand that's on this level, and we get to meet some very interesting people. Looking at what's going to, I can't wait to see what you come up with next. I know it's going to be exciting. Again, I feel like we're so blessed to have you in the pack and to have you here on the Lockdown Show, and looking at your history and looking at what's going to come next. I know we're in for wonderfully great things.
One thing in this old industry, cigar rolling goes back to from the time that Christopher Columbus found America in 1492, right? And one thing that I think this industry was lacking innovation, right?
Yes.
We must adopt the old heritage that are perfect. At the same time, use innovation and technology to enhance the product to the next. The same way we do in wine. You know, we are a big winemaker in France. We are one of the largest winemakers in France. So we constantly try to look for technology to be able to solve some of the technical problems that we have that we don't use. For example, we don't use nitrogen in any of our plantation. So we use a plantation that is on angle. So the rainwater drops and flows down. So you don't have the mildew at the base.
Yeah.
And as you know, nitrogen is the worst thing for the plantation because it thickens the skin of the tobacco, right? We don't use fertilizing because we use high altitude where germs and microbes cannot live. Those are all technologies we're using that frankly, 100 years ago, people did not know about it.
Sure.
Well, listen, we're going to sit with you again sometime. We're just going to have a show just with you.
Anytime,
we'll do a special
I'm ready.
episode. In the meantime, we do a little something fun in the show. You see this jar here with the yellow cards?
Absolutely.
Please pick a card out.
I will.
Don't get the soggy card, Zaya.
All right.
There's only one that's soggy. And then read the question to our lovely audience.
Your celebrity crush.
Ooh.
My wife. Sherry Yonan.
Amazing.
This is smart man, Zaya.
Well, Zaya,
What a
thank you
smart man.
Thank you
very
so
much
much
for having us on.
Thank you.
And having you on.
A pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you so
very
much.
It was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
That's okay.